Neft is awesome, man.
Okay.
They've been so helpful. I mean, without their resources, this never would have happened. The owner of Neft, he's so successful. And at first he was just dipping his toes. He's got a really good mix.
George is as stubborn as an ox, man.
I'll be honest with you. He's so smart that I pretty much just start asking his opinion on every decision now.
Okay.
Insight is so excited about the show. They're a distributor, and they're going to bring the show to, at a minimum, 170 platforms, including Amazon Prime, including Samsung, LG, 53 countries minimum, 12 languages. They already said that we're in for season 2.
So what's it like working with these guys within EFT brands?
Oh, Neft.
Yeah,
Okay.
Neft.
Neft.
It's not NFT. It's Neft.
Right.
Yes.
Neft is awesome, man. And
Okay.
they've been so helpful. I mean, without their resources, this never would have happened, obviously. And the cool thing with Neft is that the owner of Neft, he's so successful. And at first he was just dipping his toes into HourGlass, being our liquidity provider, buying a big bag and everything. And now that he sees how excited people are for the show, how everything is going on, now we're taking things to, 100x exponential level in terms of what we're going to be doing together.
Yeah.
So we have the TV show, right? But Neft also owns a international money transfer app that's going to be going into beta in the next few weeks. They own a up-and-coming dating app that is growing very quickly.
Okay.
And what we're going to do now is we're going to be doing integration of the HourGlass weight token into all of everything in the Neftverse. So if you think of Neft as a ecosystem of 20-plus sister companies, think of the TV show franchise as just one of the entities that we're working with Neft on. And now we're going to take everything to the rest of the Neftverse and bring it together. Another little scoop is that he did say that he's kind of a private individual. He's not like one of those Elon Musk guys who just loves being out there and loves attention and tweeting crazy stuff. But he did say that in time, he's going to let me do a rollout of his bio and be doxxed. And so then I can finally talk about who is our big backer. And I could say that undisputed, it's been pretty much undisputed that from the people who have visited here, like when Brian Evans visited and other people, we did a conference call with him and George, that I think he is one of the most successful peoples outside of crypto to come into crypto. And so that's going to be really exciting.
Wow.
I love George, man. I talk to George almost every day, and we get along really well. We both have similar heritage, actually. We both have parents from Taiwan. And he's one of the coolest guys. He's like, in one side, he's like this super sophisticated crypto expert, but then he's like this big kid too, because he like loves Legos, and he he loves basketball cards and stuff. So he's a great guy, and I'm so excited about putting him on the big stage, because I think that some of our personalities in crypto, that's why I wanted BitBoy so badly, is that I think that they're big in terms of our little, corner of the internet. But I think that these people have what it takes to be like mainstream stars, like the judges on The Voice and American Idol and America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have a chance to see them shine because, Insight gets 90 million views a month. And that's not it. They're not an exclusive distributor. So that's their reach alone on their channels. They're taking our TV show to MIP TV in April, the largest TV distribution event in Cannes. And we're going to go even bigger. And so sky's the limit. And I just love the idea of bringing crypto to a mainstream audience.
I know. So, and you got some personalities, which I'm loving it.
Yeah.
You got some fiery, this gal, Leia, man.
She's awesome.
I love her.
So sharp. Yeah.
I mean, she is like not afraid to be as confrontational as it gets these days. And same with guys like BitBoy, it's like, They are just, it's going to bring some fire to the show. Woo! You get George.
Yeah, I think we got a really good mix.
Who George is as stubborn as an ox, man, when convincing him of anything. I'll tell you what. So it's just fun. You know, I'm excited. I didn't even know who Brian or Leah were. I didn't know who those. So I'm excited to, and
you will soon. Everyone who didn't know them will know them.
That's right. So how is it working with these folks? You said you talk to them almost every day.
Oh yeah, I talk to them all the time. Yeah, Brian is amazing. He is one of the most educated VCs in Web3, and I'll be honest with you, he's so smart that I pretty much just start asking his opinion on every key decision now, just because it adds so much value. And so I've been asking him stuff about HourGlass, like, do you think we should talk to these people? He's been giving me referrals. And like I said, we want to get him. He's in Los Angeles too, which is a big plus because he's local here. So we're going to get him even more involved in the second season. Another scoop is that Insight is so excited about the show. They're a distributor, and they're going to bring the show to at a minimum 170 platforms, including Amazon Prime, including Samsung, LG, 53 countries minimum, 12 languages. They already said that we're in for season 2. So not long after we do season 1, we're going to be going into season 2, and we want this to be a franchise. We want this to be an ongoing thing. So
I can imagine it's been fun working with them. As far as the weight token, you mentioned it'll be tied in to all these different use cases. Could you explain that a little bit more? The use case of the token.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the reason why we decided to build around this is that I've been in a lot of projects where, unfortunately, things happen with dilution, which is sometimes not a great thing for the token holders. And it all depends on the cases. I'm not saying, I mean, sometimes it's good to have a war chest, and I'm not saying that every token that's, not 100% circulating is problematic. But I've been in tokens where what happens sometimes is that they need to do some token sales in order to keep the doors open. They may have a big, payroll, or they may need it to do various initiatives. So I took a very different route, right? Okay. So I wanted to do something where it's the most investor friendly possible. So 100% is circulating. So there's no tokens that are used for any money raises or anything, right? It's all out there. And then what I did is I brought in backers that are using money outside the community to make the community stronger. So myself and the owner of Neft Brands, we self-funded the TV show. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to use the goal was to create as much reach and revenue from the series as possible, and then bring that back into the weight token economy via buybacks, via using that as treasury, doing basically anything we want to do to make the ecosystem stronger. But the idea was that we funded it outside without using the tokens, so that way the token holders don't have to suffer any sort of dilution or negative effects from it.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
And they'll be, from what it sounded like, the weight token will have all these different use cases with like this app that has an international currency payment.
Yeah. So Neft has, like I said, they have over 20 sister companies.
Right.
One of the, we're going to do a lot. So one thing that I try to be careful of is that we like to, if you look at our white paper, we kind of hint at all the integrations going on, but I don't like to go into too much detail, because what happens if I do, then people just start asking when. And then especially because I have that personal, slightly impatient, very type A personality, I like to announce stuff when it's kind of almost done or done, right?
Yeah.
But I will say this is that one of the in terms of the use cases that will come sooner, there is an international money app and a dating app that are owned by Neft Brands that have a perfect integration that we already have in mind, that we've talked to the internal dev teams of Neft, and we're going to be using the weight token in them. And over the next several weeks, months throughout the year, we're going to get more and more in detail on that. And I'll just say that I think people are going to be really excited when they see what we're doing with that.
Wow.
There also may be integrations with the show that are more specific. This time, what we purposely didn't integrate the token into the TV show for the first season, because we could have done stuff like you use the token to vote or you use the token to watch the show, but the show is going to be so big that we wanted to have it as much reach and make as much money as possible, right?
Yes.
So we didn't want something dealing with the token to get in the way of that in the first season, right? But in the future, we may do something where we figure out the perfect thing where there's no friction, doesn't do anything negative for the reach or the it doesn't do anything or the top line revenue, and then there's some cool use case regarding the show also. So we'll find a way to put that all together. And look, man, there's endless possibilities with our backing and the level of connections we have.
Yeah, because it's like